Hey everyone, I am so sorry. I was working with a client this morning on a trip and I I've been very busy with that for the past hour. So I greatly apologize that I am late. I am so sorry, guys. Oh, I feel horrible. I am so sorry. I know you guys are probably going, what is with this chick this morning? My husband's over here on the floor going, she's spastic, and that's how I felt this morning. Um, Simply because uh, I have been, I emailed back and forth with my client for about an hour, starting at about 8:30, and then at about 9, I got on the phone with Universal to once again make some changes to their trip. And then once I had that done, I thought I made more changes. So it has been a very busy morning for me in Universal. Where Universal and I are getting like this. So I hope that you all had a good weekend. I hope for all of you who are mamas that you had a great Mother's Day. Um, I was kind of a sick little chick this weekend, not feeling all great, but thankfully today I am feeling much better. Um, we we did some grocery shopping on Friday, and then that Friday night and Saturday I was just out of it. And yesterday I was pretty much out of it, but we spent about what 3-4 hours at mom and dad's, something like that, over at my parents for Mother's Day. We just grilled out and played a little bit of cards. Um, and then came home and Lena went and took a nap. And today starts 7 days of rain for us here in Kansas, or at least my part of Kansas. It is gray and overcast and blah. So Sam and I are dreaming of warmer weather. So we, after I'm done with our live stream, I will probably put something on YouTube and we will dream of warmer climates. Christine Hickman, hello. She says you got your hair cut on Saturday. That's awesome. Our salons and barbershops are still not yet allowed to be open. They are actually about in town about 40 minutes east of us or west of us. A guy got arrested for opening his barbershop already. So we're just waiting. Sam's hair is getting kind of long. He is not happy about it, but he also won't let me shave it. So we'll see how long he lasts. Doesn't seem like a whole lot of people are on this morning. They probably thought I wasn't going to be on with me being on so late. And again, I apologize. It has just been a little bit of a chaotic morning. So I guess I'll just kind of chat with you guys and maybe do trivia tomorrow. So I would do trivia today, but I've got one person in the chat.
They'll win.
Yeah, Christine would win. Sam and I I mentioned last week that Sam and I had a couple ideas for vacation because we did end up canceling our Halloween Horror Nights vacation, which still we are sad about, but um, we just aren't sure if it'll work. We weren't sure if it was just going to end up working. So we had actually changed that trip to Mardi Gras in March. Well, after some thinking on both of our sides and looking at what all things were available to do, we're like, you know, March being also part of spring break and whatnot, we decided that we would once again change our trip. And this is why I don't use a travel agent, or I now use myself, but I didn't use one before because I would drive them nuts. I drive myself nuts. Um, but we had potentially discussed going over Mardi Gras and doing a trip over Christmas next year. Um, One of my dad's, I wouldn't say they were rules because I'm 32. Excuse me.
There's no rules.
But there's still rules. Is that he really doesn't want anyone on vacation over Christmas, aka Sam and I have Christmas plans locked in already. We had discussed not abiding by the rules and taking a trip over Christmas. But when we were talking about it this morning, I went, hey, Mike and Christine, Mike is my older brother, should be here for Christmas this year, which would make it Thanksgiving next year. So after running some prices and things, and this is in while I'm on the phone dealing with a client who wanted to move from Horror Nights to Summer. Um, why anyone? I'm not gonna judge. They have their reasons. Um, we decided that we would do Thanksgiving instead of Christmas. One, that way we don't get in trouble. And two, um, we will get to catch the beginning of the holiday stuff at Universal and probably towards the beginning of the stuff at SeaWorld. And so that has all been revamped, and I did that at the same time I was on the phone with the other reservation. That way I didn't have to hold again. Because I was on hold for what, 30 minutes this morning? So something like that. Yeah. Sam's laying on the floor in front of my desk here. Um and so that's all changed and whatnot, and we're excited about that. Um, so you just never know. I call it the never-ending vacation changes, and really it won't. I'm hoping it's the last time the ours changes, but we've got plenty of time to pay it off. If you did not know, Universal has actually opened up their reservations for 2021. So they have a lot of people that were wanting to move their trips, and so they just opened up all of next year so that people could go ahead and move or book and whatnot. That way, people had a little bit more time to pay on their trips and stuff, just in case they had like a reduced in hours, kind of like we do. Hopefully, ours will pick up, which I'm assuming it kind of will. We are lucky enough that Sam's job is still pretty much occupied, running at 40 hours a week. He's at least paid for 40 hours a week. Um, so it is just kind of is what it is right now. I wanted to give you an update on the color street nail samples that I have. If you remember, all these three fingers have this purple glitter on it. And I put them on Wednesday, and over the weekend, they really started to chip pretty bad. They're coming up at the edges and along the bottom. Let's see if you can see. So like, and I do think partially it is because my nails are so oily. Um, if you are only needing, this is my honest review. Um, if you are needing like a pretty nails for an event, like a 1 day event, maybe, or maybe like a wedding weekend where it may be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of thing, these would be great. If you're wanting something longer term, um, I can't say that that's any better than regular nail polish, other than the fact like it's not wet. You don't have to worry about spilling the bottle everywhere. To me, it does. It's the same uh, lastability, at least on my nails. Um, and I can buy a $1 bottle of nail polish and it will last the same amount of time. And these tend to run um, $12 to $13. So um, to me, the price really isn't worth it, especially because they lasted just about as long. So, my opinion is that, like I said, if you are needing something nice for like a weekend trip, maybe a girls' weekend, and you want to have something unique and you don't want to take time to go to the nail salon, definitely, and you want to try and want to do something, I would say you could use them. Otherwise, grab a bottle of nail polish. That's my honest review. I have tried them. I've had them on for almost a week. But over the weekend, probably starting Saturday, like I could tell they were chipping around the edges of my nails. They were chipping um, towards like the edges, and so I was like, oh boy, it's only been about 4 days, and it really started getting bad yesterday. So that is my honest review. I was given a free sample, not not specifically for my channel, but I decided to talk about them on my channel. So that is what it is. It is. It's gonna be kind of a quiet day around here. I think Sam, I think, is gonna play some on his guitar, and I'm going to probably I need to bake some cookies, and it's just going to be kind of quiet around here. I think. Like I said, it's all rainy and gross and drizzly. I do think one of the things that Sam and I will probably do around lunch is plan some daycation trips. We were talking about this a little bit this morning too. Um, that we could really take a day trip with to any location within 3 to 4 hours of us. We could get up around, Sam and I are normally awake around 4 a.m. anyway, just because that's when he's awake for work. And typically we just kind of, on the weekends, we roll over and go back to sleep, or we'll end up start talking and we'll just lay there and talk for a couple hours. But we could get up, when our automatic alarms go off now, which is about 4:30, and be somewhere by 8 o'clock. And that's and we could have breakfast, and we can be ready. We can do something by the time things are open. We could even potentially do like a 1 night stay somewhere that's like decently priced. It's not like horrible price. If there's like a 2 day event that we wanted to do, um, up in up in Abilene, which is about an hour from us, I want to say. Abilene, Kansas, in October has a haunted Abilene Cowtown. Um, that is that they're doing. It's about 40 minutes up Old K15. So it's a decent, definitely a day trip. But then there's also Atchison, which has a haunted Atchison event and it is about a 3-hour drive. It's up past Topeka. Um, it's still like a instead of taking like a jaunt to go to Kansas City, we would just continue to go up. So it's close. It's pretty close to like St. Joseph. So St. Joseph has a lot of Oregon Trail stuff, and so that's also an option that we can do for like a day trip. So we've kind of got an hour span that we would do, and like we're taking and drawing a big circle because the less we spend on day trips, the more we can do some extra things on our bigger trips. And we really like day trips. We used to take them a lot when he was on active duty, and we would pack up lunch meat and bread and the condiments and drinks and just put them in. At that point, we didn't have a like an ice cooler. We just had hot cold bags, and so we just use our hot cold bags and stick stuff in there and stick a 12-pack of off-brand soda in the truck and go on our merry way. And so we're going to try to go back to some of those roots things. Um, and really enjoy just some of these little day trips. So that's something that we'll probably may not be today because Sam really hasn't had a chance to play on his guitars that he the whole time he's had days off. And so I told him that definitely today he can do that, but he may decide not to because we're in some like lightning and thunder, and I know he doesn't want to like zap his guitars either. So it'll just kind of have to see. We do have all day. It's only 10:30, 10:40. So we have different things that we will be talking about and working on and figuring out. Even Oklahoma City is only a 3-hour drive from us, and um, we looked at it. And last year for my birthday, over Labor Day, we went to Oklahoma City and we went to Pahuska, and which is where the Pioneer Woman Mercantile and the lodge is. And so that's always something that we could revisit again as well. So well, it doesn't look like a whole lot of people are jumping on with me this morning. I know that a lot of people actually are starting back to work. So I will go ahead and end this live stream here. Thank you for those who did jump in, and I will see you tomorrow at the correct time at 10 a.m. Again, I apologize I was late jumping on, but I hope you have a